What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Texans franchise. We are in week 16. Last episode, we had that big win over the Jacksonville Jaguars to get us to 8-6. And this week, we have the Raiders. Now, for this episode, we are going to be playing a game. I do think, however, it would be better to see the Titans, given the fact that they just recently traded for DK Metcalf. They've got, I think his name is Clayton Mayweather, a breakout type of receiver. And, of course, Treylon Burks starting to come into his own. They have a quality team, and I really would like to see that matchup. I don't, however, want to watch all three of these games, even though we are winning. So I think it would be best for us to sim this week, hope for a win, and then we can take on the Titans. I also want to make sure that we take a look at the prospects one last time before the end of the season, checking out some stories. So make sure you guys like the video, hit that sub button if you have not already, and let's get right into it. The one thing that I've not decided yet, and I know I've been back and forth on this, I've already said it was done with earlier, and I really want to target a safety in the draft. I think that there is a couple that I like. I just don't know if he's ever going to be able to take that leap, right? He's an 83 overall. He's 26. He's going on 27. He's only starred. Given the season he's had, I don't believe he's going to go to superstar. And while we do have a lot of money left, $67 million, I feel like we're on the verge of sort of a shakeup, a roster shakeup, like I've mentioned before. Maybe we're in this spot where the players we brought in thinking it was going to be the future just aren't some of the guys that are going to break through into that mold for us. And that's really the big hanging point here. Plus, we're past the trade deadline. I can't trade him at this point. And I really don't know if I want to tag him and trade him to get something else out of it. So that means that we would be either signing him or letting him just fall off to free agency and leaving it at that. Because I'm actually really interested in some of these safeties we have here. And this is my thought on the situation. So we know Petrie is an 83. We know he's 26. He's going to be 27. He wants about a 3 or 4 year deal for about $20 to $25 million. Not that bad of a deal. But what if we draft a guy like Jalen Elliott here, or Julian Chambers, or one of these other guys here that ends up being really good, right? And what if they come out at a 76, 78? Who knows? What if we find a generational talent and we just haven't found him yet? If we get a high-end pick and he ends up being a 76 or a 77 or 75, something in that range, and he's only at 21, 22, I have a good feeling about building him up better than what Petrie is at right now. Maybe not in the first season, but for the long haul, it might be the best play. We have plenty of time with the roster we have right now between Gilbert and Poe and Walker and Sweet and Pearman. I mean, our offense is set to go for the long haul, I think. It's the defense that really needs a revamp. That might even come in terms of a whole scheme change yet. I am toying around with us going to more of a 3-4 look, or at the very least, a multiple look. So Jalen Elliott is 6'2", 208. He is a hybrid, but he's 21. He's got C zone and he's got B to D man. So either way, he's going to be an in-between safety, I feel. How much of an in-between safety, I don't know. We know he's good at tackling and hip power and block shedding, and his zone is about average. And then we have Julian Chambers here, who is 21 as well. He's not as tall. He's only 6 foot, 201, but he's got B zone. He does have D man coverage, which means that we would have to overcompensate really in that department. But he also has A awareness. And to me, if I know he's already a zone safety, I could immediately move him to free safety, and then him and Bonner can be the safety tandem going forward. There's also Warren Williams, who we mentioned. We know he's a round 1 talent. We do have 2 first-round picks. Now, are we going to be in the area to be able to pick them anymore since we sort of made this late season rally? That is yet to be determined. But a guy like Warren Williams could be that in-between guy that we're looking for to be able to run a multiple front defense or even go to a 3-4 eventually. I like the 4-3. I always have. But sometimes you got to mix it up, right? The 4-3 defense for us right now has just not really been it. We can win games, but a lot of the times we are giving up a lot of stuff. We're not getting a lot of pressure this season. That is something that drastically needs to change because we have some quality pass rushers coming up on our team and guys we may be able to find, and they're just not really producing right now. There is just so many options here on this defensive side of the ball that I'm really not sure where I want to. Oh, and now we know more about Otis Watts. See, I told you guys I knew it was one of these guys. It was Otis Watts, and he is a round 2 to 3 talent. All right, so we now know that he is not the guy I was hoping he would be, and we definitely don't want to take him in the first round. But he's got some really good attributes, though. I mean, look at some of this. Awareness, play rec, tackle, impact, all A's. And then even his block shedding, power moves, pursuit, stamina, injury, all B's. I mean, this really isn't bad. This could mean one of two things, right? This could mean that he is a 72 overall and there's just too many guys over the top of him. Or this could mean that there's like a bunch of people in like that 77 to 75 range, which we see quite frequently in these drafts. And that he's just maybe towards the 75 mark. So he's getting pushed down the board talent-wise. Who knows? I would like to see a few more of these guys. It does look like we will have to do the extra boost just to get that 100%. I know I have the 95% on them, but I can't remember if I set it up properly to where we'll get 100% on these guys. Otherwise, I might have to spend the private workouts on trying to get a few more of these guys to unlock fully. So there are a couple more players that I found when I was searching before recording this. 2 of them are at right outside linebacker, which I have to admit I completely overlooked, but Avery McDonald, look at all those A's he's got. He's 6 foot, 249 pounds. He's 21 years old. He's got A's across the board. So some of this stuff unlocked because not all of this was unlocked before. And I mean, we still don't know everything about him, but from the stuff we do know, he should be a pretty good talent. A pursuit, A zone, A tackle, B awareness, and block shedding. That is an all-around linebacker in my opinion, who would fit perfectly in this defense. Another one, Jameel Betts. He is down here in the round 2 to 3 projections. I didn't even look at him before, and I really should have. He's 22 years old, 6'1", 223. Also has some really good ratings. A awareness, man, and tackle. B pursuit. We don't know what zone is. We don't know what injury and block shedding is, but they're all in the good range category, A to C, along with his play recognition. So this is another guy that I found that might end up being an option. Let's say if we get to the second round or maybe our first round pick, you know, this might be an option too. We'll have to definitely learn more about him, which I know I'll have to do the extra scouting on because I didn't do anything on outside linebackers. But I was just looking through and I found them, and those guys sort of jumped off the page at me. But if we are looking for another linebacker, we have Betts, we have McDonald, and then as I mentioned on the last video, where is he? Oh, he's way down here, right? Yeah, here he is, Frank Fletcher. Fletcher is the other one that I found, and he would honestly be a steal if we can find out what he's worth. So I would almost like to do Frank Fletcher and a guy like Betts or McDonald to see who is the best out of the bunch, because if, let's say, Fletcher is close in talent to a guy like Betts or McDonald, and he is a day 3 projection, that is an automatic steal for us, and I would definitely go more his route than I would one of the earlier guys, because that just leaves us open for more opportunities. I was also looking at the corners, and while I'm still not planning on taking a corner early, I just feel like there might be some more talent here that we can look at, especially in this area too. Instead of just being the day 3 guys that we already went over, is there another guy maybe in this middle group here, round 3 to 4? I don't know if I want to go as early as round 2 to 3 between the people I've just mentioned. I feel like those positions are going to be filled up with those guys, like a safety, a linebacker, potentially a D lineman. But if we can come back anywhere round like 3 to 4, like back end of the 3rd round through day 3 and find some other people, that is going to be something that I'm all about. And I was looking at the 3 here that are listed for rounds 3 to 4. And the one guy that jumped off the page to me was Eli Bridges. Now, he doesn't have A's, but he does have B zone and C man, whereas Peter Pickett has D's for both, and then Isaiah Red has D and C. So I took a look at Bridges, and he's a little bit smaller, 5'11", 184, but, you know, not exactly the worst type of player you could bring on. He's not the shortest. He's not 5'9". He's still 21 years old. He doesn't have the greatest ratings, but some of these stats make me feel like he might be a good flyer in the mid rounds here. B zone, B tackle. His press and play rec obviously needs some work, but you're going to have that with these later guys. We know his man coverage is at least a C. And we know his awareness is no lower than a C, which is a good thing as well. And it also looks like he could add flexibility for us at kick returner with the A to B range. So Bridges definitely jumped off the page to me. I still like Oakman. He's got the C's on both. Rashad Allen might also be a different option. But if we're comparing the two right now between Allen and, say, a guy like Bridges who have similar builds, I'm definitely going to go with Bridges. If we're looking at more of a tall, lengthy corner like Oakman, I like him more than I do Red right now. I'm not a fan of the F and man coverage for McMillan. Patrick Powers, he sort of falls in that same range as Bridges and Allen. Roman Monroe is another option, but again, the F on man coverage has me really concerned about that. And there's just not many people below here that seem to have at least C's. If we're going to go low, I'd like to have C's on both if we're going to go that route. And I just don't see them after we get past a guy like Oakman, really. So that's where I'm at with the corners. That's where I'm at with the safeties. I was also looking at the guards a little bit more because I was reviewing the team, and honestly, outside of Green, I'm not sure what our answer is going to be if Tanley is going to be able to step in time to be a starter for us once a guy like Nate Davis leaves, or maybe a guy like Jenkins. We know we have Jenkins' replacement. We know we have Tunsil's replacement. But between guard and right guard and center, there are still some questions. And then looking at even the centers, there's a few guys up here like Malone, 6'5", 320 pounds. That is a good build for a center because he can probably play it all across the line. And then you have a guy like Aiken or Wood or McDougald down here that maybe aren't the biggest, but could potentially play good at center. And they have a couple of A's in here, which I really like to see. Like Wood has 2 A's already unlocked. We know that Malone at least has 1 A with the potential of 3 A's. So there looks to be a couple of good centers in this class. And then at the right guard position, Walker doesn't have a lot of A's, but it looks like we know that he's going to have a good range. Jamie Henry, Mitchell Donaldson. Looking over at the left guard, maybe not 1 to 2, but getting farther down here, McAllister was a guy I found too. He's a left guard. He's round 3 to 4, another mid-round guy. But he's just 21. He's 6'3", 314. B awareness, A run block, B pass block finesse, A lead block. We know no worse than a C in almost any of the categories except pass blocking on its own. But even the pass blocking being low, his pass block power and pass block finesse is going to be on the higher side, which will hopefully offset that a little bit. We'll be able to learn more about these guys as like the combine comes out and we can really see what if they're fast, if they're strong, those kind of things. But I have been poking around a little bit and found some more players that I did not notice earlier. And because of that, I do have a bigger list now. I think I have 116 players. I also went through the UDFAs again and just, if they had a couple of decent ratings or something, I just threw them on here. So there is a lot more here now for me to look at and decide through. But this should be an interesting draft. I would really like to be able to have a good chunk of picks in this draft because there is talent to be had. And then looking at the stories here, there was a couple of new stories. Washington State right tackle Dom Byram beat out several other linemen to be named the nation's best tackle for the 2025 season. And then strong safety Zach Farley struck fear into offenses across the country all year long. So it comes as no surprise that he received the award for college football's best safety. Now another safety gets a story. Nothing here for reactions, but Zach Farley, that is actually the top rated strong safety, but he was the run support fit. So I didn't really look at him. But because we've had 2 stories now on safeties, I almost feel like we might be in for a decent class of safeties. That was the blabbering I wanted to do about the extra stuff. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and sim through week 16, get to week 17. Hopefully we get a win because that would really catapult us in the playoff hopes. But I'm not trying to skip out on these games, but we have 3 games left. One of them is meaningful, really meaningful, outside of even the playoff push, and that's the Titans game. I know Davis Mills is the quarterback here, and I know I mentioned that last video, but I mean, we know what Davis Mills is. You know, I would rather watch the Titans game. We haven't seen them yet this season, and we haven't really watched many divisional games at all this season, so I think we're due for one. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We barely won. We won by 3 points, 34-31. Let's check that game out quick. All right, so it looks like another great day for Dylan Gilbert. 241 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. You love to see it. Davis Mills even had a good game, throwing for a lot of yards, 432 and 2 touchdowns. Running 18 for 63 for Pierman. Not the best day, but not a bad day, I guess. Sweet had good carries. Not many carries, but good carries. Devontae Adams went off. Wow, 10 for 136. Jeremy Whitmore went off, 9 for 101. Quincy McCutcheon, they were just throwing all over us. Alex Poe added 2 more touchdowns. I wonder what he's at for the year. He is having a tremendous season. We're definitely going to check that out. And then on defense, it looks like we had ourselves a day. Wow, O'Menihue, McManus, Redmond, and Grenard all getting a sack. So now that we are in week 17, I'm curious, did we make the playoffs at this point? We are not. We are still outside of the playoffs. Wait a minute, how did we get... Who bunny hopped us? Because I don't see the Steelers here anymore. So what I forgot about was that we lost to the Bengals earlier in the year. So due to that, even though we technically are a higher seed, the Bengals have essentially leapfrogged us for the wild card spot because they have the head-to-head on us. But anyway, that just makes this game much more important. Now we have to continue to win to put ourselves in the position to make a postseason berth. And before we do that, we got to get the strategy done, and we got some upgrades. So let me go ahead and get this strategy done. We'll go over the upgrades. We'll check in on the Titans and Alex Poe's awesome season, and then we'll get to the game. Okay, so the training is done. We did run inside against them, obviously for Derrick Henry, and we're going to do blitz counter on the offense because it looks like they like to blitz a lot out of the book that they're running. Now it's time to see some of the upgrades we got. It looks like we got quite a few, Kenyon Green being the first one, and he is pretty much good everywhere, so we're just going to do agile to keep that stuff balanced out. There we go. Braxton McManus is going to get one as well. We're just going to continue on with our speed rusher for him. And he'll get 1 awareness and 3 finesse move. Alfonso Redmond, definitely going to do his... Oh, let's see. He needs awareness more than anything. And I don't know how to... Is there any of these that just have awareness? No. So it doesn't really matter which one we do. We're just going to do run stopper. We don't even get awareness once. All right, perfect. And then we got a couple of our reserve players, Garrison Cunningham and Adam Tanley. Oh, he's currently a power rusher. We're going to up his speed rusher. Try to get that up to par. 2 finesse, 2 pursuit. And then Adam Tanley. My God, what a horrible equipment choice. We're going to have to change that if he ever plays meaningful snaps for us. We're going to do agile to get that up. This was the guy that has good pass protection, I believe, but horrible everything else. Yeah. So here's Poe's season so far. 79 catches, 1,147 yards, and 12 touchdowns. He is having a tremendous season for us. Jordan Walker up above 800 yards now. Nico Collins almost to 700 yards. Walsh up there. I'm really liking the way this receiving core is playing right now. Rushing, Sweet is hogging all the touchdowns still, but hey, at least we have guys averaging 4.2 and 4.1. I will take that. And then Gilbert here, I did this a little backwards, but it's okay. Gilbert, 31 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. He's gone quite a few weeks now without having a turnover, which has definitely helped make his season look a little bit better. The Titans this year have had a pretty normal back and forth, win, lose, 2 wins, a loss, whatever. But they are on a downward spiral right now. They are on a 3-game skid, losing to the Ravens, the Colts, and the Jaguars. 2 division opponents, and their third now against us in week 17. As for the Titans, Dennis Young having a pretty similar season to that of Dylan Gilbert. 31 touchdowns, but 1 more interception with 15. 3,900 yards passing. Derrick Henry, of course, being a beast. No shock there. Receiving, Treylon Burks coming on to the scene. 90 catches, 1,145 yards, 11 touchdowns. DK Metcalf 832 yards, 10 touchdowns. And then Clayton Mayweather, the man I mentioned earlier, having a decent rookie season, 558 yards and 5 touchdowns. They have themselves a true trio of receivers now after the DK Metcalf trade, and this will be the first time that we get a chance to see Metcalf as a Titan. We are going to be testing a new playbook today. Now, hopefully this doesn't backfire on me, but I tried to put more emphasis on the run in this book. I'm hoping that serves us well. The defense of the Titans hasn't been the greatest this year, but they still have some pretty big playmakers, including Jeffrey Simmons. Hopefully, though, we can get a good balance of running, and Gilbert still does his thing. I did save the last playbook, though, just in case I don't like what it gives me. I can just go back to the new Texans that we were using before, where Poe was just dominating everybody every week. I definitely do not want to mess with that playbook in case we want it, but it is time to see if we can get this ground game going a little bit better to keep up with that man right there, Derrick Henry. All right, so we are coming out on offense here. 8:41 to go in the first. The Titans have had the ball twice. We have had the ball once, and all 3 drives have resulted in quick punts, so I just skipped it. And now we're going to start with a handoff to Pierman, who goes backwards for 2 yards. And as you can see, 4 carries on the day. The new book so far is sort of doing what it's supposed to do, but we have not been able to find some success like we have in the past. Gilbert's going to go through the air. Blitz is picked up nicely. Fires over the middle. Wide open. Alex Poe down to the 36. Beautiful strike from Gilbert. And there was pressure coming. Nice to see him be able to deliver that without, getting jittery and whatnot. And now it's first down. We got Sweet lined up in the eye. Handoff to him. A huge gap up the middle. Breaking free down inside the 20. Mark him down at the 16. Almost thought he was going to take it the distance, but he just did not have the speed on him. But now we are set up beautifully here in the red zone. First down. Gilbert, quick throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Collins was the intended target, but they had some really good coverage, and the safety came down and just hit it right out of his hands. Gilbert, another shot over the middle. This time it's Walsh, and that's going to go for a much shorter gain of 6, setting us up for 3rd and 4. Let's see if we can run a slant here. No. Play action over the middle, and there it is. Collins back for the touchdown on the other side. Beautiful play and a great drive to start things off. And here we go. Titans coming out after down by 7. And, guys, let me know what you guys think down below about this NFL offseason so far, man. I am loving what I'm seeing. I'm recording this. It's Wednesday, or it's Tuesday right now for me when I'm recording this, so there could be some stuff changing by the time you guys see this one. This will probably be up on Thursday, if I had to guess. I'm trying to get it out for Wednesday, but that might require me to stay up till like 2 a.m., and I don't know if I have the strength considering I have to work a full shift tomorrow. So I apologize for the later upload. I did have plans for Wednesday, but chances are when you're watching this, it's going to be Thursday. As Young back to throw, and wow, another 3 and out for us. Yeah, so we skipped the last drive that we did after that punt because, well, we ended up punting and just looked horrible on the drive, so I skipped it. But hand off to Henry as he plows through our defense for 9. But as I was saying before, I just love the NFL offseason. I love it as much almost as the games themselves. So I'm curious what you guys think about what has happened so far in this offseason. But what is some crazy stuff happening? And I literally just saw on Twitter that the Vikings, my Vikings, have signed Byron Murphy, which I'm super excited about. That's awesome to see. But let me know down below what you guys think of your team's offseason or lack of offseason, and who is your favorite team? I'm curious to know. Also, who do you think is going to be the biggest surprise impact on their new team this year from the NFL offseason? As Young looks over the middle for Metcalf. And speaking of people making an impact on a new team, DK Metcalf, our first time against him, he gets a huge play over the middle to get Tennessee down to the 38. Just a minute left roughly in this first quarter. Here we go. Young, play action to Henry. He's going to go to Henry, and he just overshoots him. Young not having the greatest day so far today. Very inconsistent. And he'll go back to what he knows as consistency, which is Derrick Henry. Third down. Young looking short. And it's caught. Beautiful catch on the sideline. Who was that? Oh, Brandon Ayuk. A gain of 7. A beautiful job on a little hitch route, it looks like, or an out route. And he just beats Jalen Petrie to the outside. So that play ended the first quarter. Now it's time for Derrick Henry, it looks like. Yep. And we'll do a decent job. Only a gain of 4. Not the worst. Right back to him. Oh, that time Queen did a great job of wrapping him up. Good job. It's tough to bring him down one-on-one. You know, and be able to see Queen do that, that's a good thing to see. 3rd and 9. Young, quick throw, wide open. It's DK Metcalf again. That was just a good throw. I mean, Metcalf, of course, does a good job getting open, but Young places that thing right over the top of the defenders and right underneath the safety. Beautiful throw to set him up for 1st and goal from the 4. And you got to expect we're going to get a dose of Derrick Henry at this point now. No, they're going to throw it. And it catches us off guard enough for the Austin Hooper to get the touchdown. Beautiful draw play. And the Titans will tie it up. All right, back out on offense here. We're going to start with a handoff to Pierman, who tries to get through traffic, but the Titans do a good job. And our run game has pretty much been shut down completely. Maybe I chose a bad week to try and test a new book, but what am I supposed to do, right? Oh, wow, that was a bad throw. That was a bad throw by Dylan Gilbert. I don't know why he even tried to throw that. Now 3rd and 9, and he takes another sack. Gilbert is not having a good day right now, guys. Because of the short punt, the Titans have a great starting field position, almost inside of our 40. And on 1st down, it's a short run to Henry, which goes nowhere. 2nd down. Young over the middle, pass to Hooper. He'll get to the 40, a short gain of 3. A stop here would be huge because of the field position situation. Young back, looking short, and we'll get the stop at the 38. You got to expect a field goal here or a punt. And if it's a field goal, chances are they could miss it. And they are going to try for a long field goal. It sucks when it happens, but it happens to us too. Oh, they're going for a fake? No way. Oh my God, I thought we were going to give that up. Wow, that's first time I've seen one called in regular season. Malik Willis thought he was slick with the behind-the-back throw there. It didn't work. And we're going to take over at the 40 thanks to that. Well, let's see if we can capitalize on the mistake by Tennessee. Handoff, Pierman gets outside, finally getting some decent running lane there, and gets 6. That was the best run he's had all day. Very balanced approach. Like it. Another handoff to Pierman, and this time he slips through an opening, and he's down inside the 40. A big run there. Let's see if we go back to him here on 1st. We will. And another big hole down inside the 30. That is what we've been missing out of the last playbook, is when we get a good run, we build off of it. 4 in a row, and oh, the Titans finally sniff it out. But that's okay. Uh-oh, Pierman's tired. Okay, let's throw it here. We got him playing press up a little bit. Gilbert over the middle, and somehow Walsh makes that catch. Quality catch. I didn't think he was going to catch it with the linebacker draped all over him, but we'll take it. 3rd and 3. Handoff to Sweet. Sweet's going to get the 1st down. 3 carries, 28 for him, 11:44, I believe, for Pierman as he checks back into the game. Coming up on the 2-minute warning here, we'll have one more play yet before we hit that mark. Pierman is going in motion. Watch for the underneath route here. Gilbert, quick throw, yep. And there's Walker, and Walker gets the 1st. 1-on-1 outside for Walker. And he goes to Walker, and he gets the touchdown. I saw it. As soon as I saw it, I was hoping we'd go a slant route there. And luckily for us, it was true. Gilbert, beautiful job dialing it up. Walker with a great inside release. And we're going to get this lead back. 13-7. All right. Can the Titans whip up some magic here before halftime? A quick throw over the middle. Goes for 7. And they're going to go no huddle right away. Why not? They still have 3 timeouts, so plenty of time here. Young, deep. Oh, and he's got him. Treylon Burks with a big catch. Down to the 40-yard line. Here we go. Still haven't used a timeout. Young looking for... Oh, fumble! Fumble! And I think that was out. I'm about 90% sure that that ball was out before he was down. Let's see. Okay, this will be a good angle. Yes, that was out. All right, so our drive ended very quickly. Dylan Gilbert threw 2 horrible passes. It did not amount to anything. And now Young looking to still use those. Oh, there we go. Finally, a team uses a timeout. 37 seconds left. Hopefully we can cut all this out, but we don't know. There we go. 2nd and 9, looking for the screen. Acosta makes the catch. Tries to cut up and... Oh, he finds a beautiful lane off the right side. Or off the left side. Cuts up inside a block. Bounces it back outside. And he gets out of bounds at the 42. Saving that second timeout. That was a good play. Very good play. Quick drop back. Young over the middle. Burks again. And he's only going to get about 7, which at this point is not good considering they had to burn their second timeout. But a good shot here could put them in field goal range. Oh no, Henry is tackled short. And now they're going to have to use their last one. And they're going to try a long field goal. This is stupid. No way. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me right now. There is no way you let them just make that. Oh, you've got to be joshing me. All right, so we have tried twice. The Titans have tried once, and all times have failed to open up this second half. So we are starting here on the Titans' second drive as they'll hand it off to Henry for a loss of 2. And it's been a very weird day offensively for us. We haven't been able to find our rhythm in the passing game, which has been very unlike what we've been able to do. Oh, wow, Henry there. Oh, my God. You've got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me right now? Damn. Quick handoff to Henry, and Henry is tracked down. Handoff up the middle. Henry is shut down again. Beautiful job up front. Can we do it a 3rd time? Henry is tired. Of course he is. He just ran 90 freaking yards. Handoff, and we get the stop. Beautiful response by this defense to force a field goal. All right, so now with the defense responding the way it did, can our offense try and find some kind of light here? Handoff to Sweet, and Sweet, oh, and we're going to get called back for holding. All right, so after the holding penalty, it was a nice run, but a holding penalty draws us back to the 18. 1st and 17 now. And it's a handoff to Pierman, who slips through, and he'll find his way out to the 25 to get those 7 yards we lost back. So now it is 2nd and 10. Coming towards the end of this 3rd quarter, Gilbert still not hitting 100 yards passing because he keeps doing things like that. Man, Gilbert is looking completely lost today. I don't understand it. He's not on point like he usually is. 3rd and 10. Gilbert, oh gosh. That was a nice blitz pickup and a beautiful throw. Nice recovery there, and it's Collins on the catch. I thought he was going to get sacked. I don't know if you guys saw Landry come off the edge, but luckily Tunsil was able to scale back and pick up the blitz. So it's 1st down now. Handoff to Sweet. That time there's no hold, and Sweet will get 8. The one thing we've had going for us today, though, is the running game has been much more consistent and has worked. Collins in motion. Ooh, double play action. Gilbert looking, and he's got Poe. There is Poe. Finally, he joins the party. A very quiet day for him so far, and Gilbert. 3 for 52. Handoff to Sweet. Sweet gets a block. Gets shoved forward down to the 17. We'll take that. Nice extra 3 yards there. 2nd, and let's see if we go back to the ground here. We do. Sweet the other way, and he's down to the 10. Now, if we could just get some more consistency out of Gilbert, just a tad bit more in the passing game, this is the exact offense I'm wanting to run. Jones in motion. Handoff to Sweet. And the Titans do a good job holding strong. Gonna have to hit him with a pass here if we do snap it here before the end of the quarter. Love to see us. Oh, we're gonna run it again. And Pierman gets held up at the 3, and that'll close us out. All right, here it is. 3rd and goal from the 3. Titans couldn't get the job done. Can we on the goal line? Back to throw it. Gilbert lets it go. It's caught. Somehow Leo Walsh makes the catch in triple coverage, and we're going to get another touchdown, the 3rd one today. Can Tennessee answer back? They were able to drive downfield last drive, but of course stalled out thanks to our goal line stand. Derrick Henry did all the work for him last drive. Let's see if they go back to him. They do. Handoff. Oh, he has to bounce it back, and Redmond able to bring him down. Nice job there. 18 for 105. No surprises to see that. 3rd and 10, empty backfield. A 3 and out here would be pretty big. Oh, and we're going to get it. Big play by the defense. All right, Gilbert's coming back out here after finally finding a little bit of a rhythm through the air last drive. We did have some help on the ground game, which is good to see, but he did throw some nice passes, of course throwing his 3rd touchdown. But now is a chance for us to put this game away if we can put another score on the board. As we try to hand it off, Sweet able to get 3. The consistency has been an issue from drive to drive, even from play to play. And that's what I'm talking about right there. You just that was just a throw you shouldn't have made. Even though I like Walker, you can't throw those. Here we go. Gilbert, oh boy, he's taking a deep shot. He's got a man. It's caught for the touchdown. Jordan Walker. Holy cow. 1-on-1 downfield. I thought for sure that thing was going out of bounds. But Walker gets outside release. It's cover 2 look. The safety gets over, but he just cannot hang 1-on-1 with Jordan Walker. He gets back up underneath him and tracks the ball. What a play, and what a throw by Gilbert. And just like that, we now have a 15-point lead with this extra point. All right. We get a big stop. Defense played very well. And now we are back here with 9.5 to go with a commanding 15-point lead. We just have to maintain. Where are you going, man? Sweet got a good run out of that, but he probably had 20 yards if he stuck to the game plan of running to the right. The little things, guys. Come on now. 2nd and 4. Blitz is coming. He gets rid of it just in time, and Walker makes the catch. Beautiful play. And now that we're out near the 40, now should be about the time that we start running this thing. There it is. Handoff. Sweet. And he'll get to the 45. A nice gain of 6. Sweet having himself a really good day. 11 for 68. Pierman hasn't had as much success, but he's still had success. Gilbert looking for Poe, and Poe makes the catch. Triple coverage. It doesn't matter. It's Alex Poe. He's going to make the play. What a beast. I mean, you can't discount that throw either. That is a perfect throw, but for Poe to hang on after getting contact from 2 different defenders, it's a wonderful thing to see. Oh, look at that inside shade he's got with press coverage on Poe. It'd be a shame if we were to take a shot over the top. But we won't. We'll hand it off to Pierman, and Pierman fumbles it. Oh my God. That is so gut-wrenching. For one, you ran away from the open lane. He had an open lane directly up the middle. I let it slide, and then you fumble. Young, a beautiful corner route to Metcalf, and Metcalf out of bounds at the 2. They had him lined up in the slot, and he just took advantage of Hobbs, unfortunately. And then now they have basically 4 shots at the end zone here. Handoff, Henry. He is shut down at the 1. We did this once before. I am not too confident that we'll do it a second time. Henry, handoff, and he's in. Touchdown, Titans. It was rough, but guys, we made it to 10 wins. We are 10-6 with 1 more game to go. and our spot in the playoffs just got that much more inevitable. Well, after that big game that he just had, Jordan Walker gets himself an upgrade. No surprise there. We're going to go deep threat again because we're trying to get that speed and excel up for him. And we're going to get agility, 3 deep route, and a release. So no speed or excel, but the route running is starting to come up a little bit. Release is getting up there now. Jumping is up there. He is really starting to come into his own, as you saw by this game. And now we are going to go ahead and we're going to get this next week out of the way. And hopefully when we get to week 18, we are in the playoffs. Well, guys, not only did we make it to the playoffs, we are not even the 7th seed. We are the 6th seed. And somehow the Chiefs are below us. And I'm not even going to question it because we are in the playoffs. And let's see if there's a chance for us to even miss it at this point. So we have the Colts have sealed it, the South. We knew that. The Browns have sealed the North. The Bills, the East. The Ravens become the 5th seed. We are, well, the 6th seed. The Chargers move up to the 4th seed, which allows the Chiefs in as the 7th seed. Now, this is where it gets tricky. We are 1 game up on the Chiefs, the Bengals, but if we lose this week, we could potentially lose our spot. If both the Chargers and Chiefs win, I believe. Sorry. If both the Chiefs and Bengals win and we lose, I believe we can miss the playoffs because we lost to both of these teams head to head. Guys, I had to do it. I couldn't wait. We still made the playoffs and we lost, but we still got it done. We end up doing it. We get to 10-7, which is just crazy to think because earlier this year we had a losing record and it looked as if this season was already over before even the trade deadline hit. I even made trades at the trade deadline thinking this is a lost year, but we've rallied back. Gilbert and Poe became a duo that just could not be stopped. Defense, yes, it gave up points. It gave up yards, but they held strong in the areas when we needed them to. And we rallied to 10-7 and now are gonna get a chance at the playoffs for a 2nd year in a row. We're gonna be traveling to Buffalo. We still remain the 6th seed. We didn't improve, we didn't get worse. And yeah, what a turn of events. So that is what is going to be happening next episode is we're going to be doing the playoffs against the Bills and hopefully we can get our first playoff win. As for this video, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Consider dropping a like if you like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Turn the bell notification on so you know when I upload and you don't miss out on anything. And I'll see you guys next time.